Hey, how's everybody doing today? So my friends have been approaching me about how to deal with self-hate. You know, some of y'all have a habitual way of saying negative things about yourself that you know aren't true or that you feel is true and you don't want to believe it because if you did, some of you guys wouldn't seek for guidance. How would it? And all these things are like things that I struggled with for many years up until recently. To be able to share this confidently and effectively speaking from my heart. And well, first of all, I came into this gazebo because my heart wanted to share this video. My heart wanted to wear this green shirt. It's pretty simple, but I created my own reality. And so I feel good because I look good, and I also feel good to match with the physical with my internal. And that's one thing we have to understand. Time and energy is valuable in this society these days. So I took a lot of time for myself. What is my own energy? Is this somebody else's energy I'm hanging out with for a couple months, and when I go home, I actually feel in peace? What does that say? And these are questions that I ask myself all the time, and that's another lesson. It's asking yourself the questions, the right questions. And if, for example, a lot of times when I ask questions, I don't get the answers right away, but the answers come to me. And so in a meditative state, I breathe in all the way to my stomach, through my nose. Every day I get up in the morning and I meditate, and I start that off either before I drink my coffee or tea or afterwards. And I've been disciplining myself to do this before I leave the house. When you get up in the morning, you feel groggy and you go to work and you feel sluggish. It's not living life to the fullest. Eventually you may feel better, but I've tried to discipline myself to feel great the moment I wake up, the moment I put on my jacket and walk out the house. But you also have to love the way you look. That's another thing too. If you love how you look, you're 50% there. Get a new haircut. Get a glasses. Treat yourself to some nice clothes at the thrift store. You know what I mean? And be accepting of your imperfections, man. Like, nobody's perfect in this world, especially myself, and I'll be the first to tell you. You have to really, my mind operates in a consistent, positive flow, okay? But I have to understand the dark first before the light. And what that is basically the walls that I built up. If you step outside your comfort zone, the more you do it, the more you realize that people are just like you. Not everybody, but a lot of people want to be accepted. And with that knowledge, it's like, how can you be so hard on yourself? Be gentle on yourself. Every time somebody judges you, try to observe if you work with them. Observe their judgment towards you about making a mistake. And seeing them make a mistake, don't wish for it to happen, okay? But just observe. Be an observer of your life. Have fun observing. That's what I'm learning about being by myself. It's like, I could say something to somebody, hey, let's hang out. Hey, do this for me. And they won't do it. Of course, it bothered me in the past, but I'm learning how to accept it. And human beings are something that we cannot control. Human beings are divine. We are godly in our own birthright. We create our own reality. That's how powerful we are. So, with that being said, if it's like telling a god or a spirit or a ghost what to do. Could you do it? You know what I mean? And it all comes back to the self. Everything in my life, even if I know it's not my fault, in my vicinity, in my area, I have to observe and go back to the self. Do I love myself? Completely, 100%. Okay? Do I trust myself? It's a working vehicle. You know what I mean? I walk to work. I'm very self-sufficient, but at the same time, I need help as well. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't let your pride starve you. Okay? If you're hungry, eat. Ask somebody for help. It's okay. That's another thing too. Now, if you understand everybody has their own little world and reality, that's another battle you can win. You know what I mean? Don't stay stagnant. I'm not a perfect person, and there's a lot of things I'm working through. But what I do is simplify, okay, what do I need and feel this tension in my chest I need to work on for me to feel peaceful and happy with my life. And what I've been doing is just, okay, for example, I have a nervousness around coworkers. So I realized one day, I was like, you know what, like I'm a good worker, I do great, I'm not afraid to fail, so let me fucking just do my best and feel good about it. And from that moment on, trying my best and not trying so hard and letting it naturally flow, I ended up succeeding at the job that I was at, where I had no worries in the world. And I didn't care if somebody had problems with me. I knew that I did a good job because other people were saying that I did it and I felt it. You know what I mean? It all comes down to like what you think about certain things. Like your thought patterns has to change into like a more positive lining, outline of certain things. That's all I want to say for now.